Hey there, welcome to Cornerstone Confessions on behalf of CH Insurance. I'm Angela Moonen and I have with me my investment property insurance expert. Drum roll,
Hi,
David
David Wicker in
Wicker.
your corner. Hi, Ange. How are you? Good to see you again. Happy
Hey,
Wednesday.
good. And we got quite the thunder and lightning storm going on here, folks. So if you hear some rumbling in the background, it's not my chair. It's not it's not a train. It's Mother Nature. So hey, you know, we're in your corner no matter what. Am I right, David?
That's we will get through this thunder or lightning. Yep, we got it. We got it.
All
So
right.
it's
Hey,
all
them's
good.
the breaks. So today, David, it's interesting. Each week you show us behind the curtain on what you need to be aware of if you're an investment property devotee, certainly,
Mhm.
or even if you're just getting started, even more so, what you need to know about the common pitfalls as well as tips and shortcuts
Yeah.
theoretically, right? To make life
Yep.
easier and for everything to go as smoothly as possible as it relates to your insurance for any investment property you currently own or are looking to buy. So with that,
Absolutely.
today, David, introduce a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today, and then I'll bring up some slides that David's prepared for us.
Yeah, I mean, today's a little bit of a different pivot because, the focus has been on what I would call the 1 to 4 family habitational landlord tenant property.
Sure.
But of course, that's not where it all ends here in central New York. You know, we are seeing a huge amount of investment, especially into the habitational part. And some of that and a large part of that is downtown here in Armory Square in downtown Syracuse, where there's a lot of rehabilitation of commercial spaces. And the surrounding communities with their commercial spaces. And when I mean commercial spaces, not these two duplexes that we see here, but maybe the larger scale buildings that have restaurants underneath it and habitational above, or office spaces that are mixed use with a floral shop. There you go, coffee shops, liquor stores underneath. And we obviously, when we get into this commercial space too, there is no one shoe fits all. We have plenty of markets as a carrier to manage this for
Well,
you, but
right in that picture right there,
yeah,
David. Right
office
in that picture
coffee.
right there, David.
Yeah.
We've got an example, a render. We have, a little shop, bookstore, boutique, salon, whatever it might be, right?
Yep,
So walk
absolutely.
us through what are the considerations? Like this is something you'd recognize from the Central New York area, obviously, and that is Iron Pier Apartments over in Inner
Yeah.
Harbor, and they've got bakery shops and restaurants, Myers Creek, et cetera, underneath, and
Abs
apartments up above,
yeah.
right? My
A
daughter lived
oh,
there for a bit, so
yeah.
what should owners be looking at and thinking about, like, to walk us through the differences when you've got open flame kitchen kind of stuff underneath, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Versus, I don't know, maybe a salon or a liquor store or whatever, office
Y
space.
Yeah, I mean, as crazy as it would think, you would think every carrier would treat every building the same, but they don't. A liquor store, probably not much of a concern for a carrier if there's a living habitational above it. But if there is an open flame cooking restaurant, such as like the Myers Creek you mentioned here in the Iron Pier in the Inner Harbor area of Syracuse, the carrier is going to look at that building differently because of the fire exposure and actually having people who live throughout the night above that space, and of course
Sure.
potential loss of life, and god forbid there's a situation. So no building is ever going to be treated the same by every single carrier. And this is just a little touch base, and we can I'll probably delve into a little bit more specifics as we get along, on some commercial stuff, and I'll start circling back. But the whole point of this Cornerstone's confession is it's not about one type of 1 to 4 family that
One size
we
fits
focus
all.
on,
Right,
one
right,
size
right.
fits all. There's a lot of real estate going on in central New York, and they are all different. And we have the ability here at CH to be in our clients' corners and to adapt to what necessarily has to be done to protect our clients' exposures and their property.
So, David, if someone wants to reach out to you, obviously I'm putting the phone number up there right now, 552-5334. What's your email address as well, David, in case someone wants to email you with a question? And I would think you would encourage them to say, hey, send me your situation. Let's have a
Well,
conversation, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. So email's easy. It's dwicker@chinsurance.cc.
Yes, .cc.
.cc.
We have to remember that. Yes.
But yeah, and actually, I wanted to touch base when we end this too. Is anybody who's watching these, if you have a specific question on real estate and different questions that would revolve around this, and we're catching this on LinkedIn and different social media,
Yeah.
send me a question. I would love the opportunity to answer specific questions for anybody out there.
All right. Awesome. Because
I'm in your corner.
that's right. All right, David. Thank you so much. And again, on behalf of CH Insurance, we'll see you next Wednesday, right here, Sans lightning storm, and we're keeping these Cornerstone conversations going with insightful and helpful information for every investment property owner or potential owner out there. Stay safe, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Ange.
Okay, great. Okay, we're done with the whole. Do you want to do? Is there one more or?